Good morning.
We need to talk about the Supreme Court and like what an incredible victory that was. And I go back to 4 years ago when people weren't sure who this Donald Trump guy was and what he was going to do with the Supreme Court. And look at what we have now. What's your make of it?
Well, I'm obviously pretty pleased with it because for me, at least, an originalist court is one of the most important things that can be achieved in a Trump administration. And obviously, many people voted for him because of the list he sent out and because he had promised to appoint justices that were going to be textualists rather than other kinds. So I'm happy about that. And I think Mitch McConnell obviously deserves a lot of credit for stopping Merrick Garland when there was an enormous amount of pressure on him not to do that. And, elections have consequences. And the consequence of this election is that the Supreme Court is going to hopefully turn, towards originalism. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy the way it went through, and there was no reason not to do it. Originally, you'll remember all the experts said that people are going to be mad about it, that the Republicans are going to lose votes over it. Now, they may lose everything anyway, but it's not going to be because of this. I think polls show now that most voters want Amy Coney Barrett to be, put on the court, and now she is.
Yeah. You had just on textualism, you had a great line the other day that I stole. I sourced it, don't worry, that there's a difference between textualism and literalism. And I think it was about the Second Amendment, right? About how the Second Amendment doesn't say everyone's guaranteed to have a Kentucky rifle musket or whatever. Can you speak to that?
Yeah. I mean, people always say, well, when they wrote the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, they had only muskets and, no one really wanted you to have a machine gun. Well, I suppose that's debatable on what they wanted you to have, but they certainly weren't idiots, right? And they're not literalists, because if that were the case, then we could only write on parchment paper. It doesn't specify what you can have or can't have. It specifies an idea and a principle of self-defense, of freedom of faith, of freedom of not being, of your home, of property rights, things like that. It's not like they said, oh, only this kind of Protestantism is freedom of religion, but Scientology won't, or whatever, then that would be a different case. But, this idea that originalism is about muskets, that, originalism about women is about women not voting. No, there's an amendment process. There are things we do. The Constitution is a living document in a different sort of structured way than they want it to be, which they want it to mean nothing. They want it to mean whatever contemporary people are talking about, whatever the majority wants. And then you don't have a constitution anymore. You just have a bunch of people telling you, you just have elections and direct democracy. And I don't think that's what the founders wanted. Actually, I know that's not what the founders wanted.
Yeah.
Wow. That was deep and insightful. I want more of that.
Like, subscribe, get more.